Okay, folks, this is Mike, the sound guy for you, and I am going to show you my bass guitar collection. I do want to point out that I do music for a living, and see if I can get, I've got my my phone on a Steadicam, I guess that's what you call them, for Steadicam for a phone, and I like the way it works. But anyway, here's my drum set that I've had for since the 1980s, and I've actually got an assortment of I've got mostly basses, but I do have guitars, of course, because I need to have guitars for my recording. I played guitar, bass, and drums through about the past 46 years, and I like the fact that I can still do that. But anyway, so what I do, I use my instruments for is mainly recording. Underneath that brown towel there, I've got my Fostex 16 channel multi-track recorder. Whoops. And I've been using that for, I don't know, probably the past 15 years. It's old school, I know, but I prefer using it rather than recording onto a computer. And it's just it's got plenty of tracks for me to use. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the bass collection. First off, I guess I'll go ahead and start off with this guitar, which is one of my recent guitars that I bought. It's a do-it-yourself, put-together bass kit, and I got it off eBay for like 65 bucks. And it works great. I've already used it on a recording. Let's see if I can get a, let's see here, okay. Got the the headstock stained, similar to the guitar, and as you can see, it's a jazz bass copy. And I really like the way it works. You know, it's got your double pickups, you know, like the standard jazz bass has. It's got, you know, your bridge pickup and your neck pickup, and of course, it comes with the generic knobs. It doesn't have the jazz bass knobs, although I could get those, you know, without any problem. Okay, moving on to the next bass. This is my Stag Bass, which was originally a fretless bass, but I decided to turn it into a regular bass with I bought a bass neck with frets. So what is supposed to be a fretless bass is now a regular fretted bass, and I like the fact that it has it just has passive pickups. Matter of fact, so does the jazz bass. Of course, has passive pickups, but the pickups on the Stag Bass, it came with a JP pickup setup, you know, where it's got the precision bass and jazz bass pickups combined. When I got the neck for this, I didn't realize that the bass is supposed to be set up for a long scale, and I bought a short, unfortunately bought a short scale neck for it. So I had to kind of do a little bit of finagling. I had to take the bridge, and it was like up here, and I had to lower it down almost to the very end to get the the intonation right, where how you measure from the 12th fret, and then you take that exact measurement and you measure it from there to there. And in order for me to get that exact measurement, I had to unscrew it and drill new holes and get it down, set up there. But it's all working really good now, so I'm happy about that. The next bass is my Precision Bass copy. It's a glary bass, and you can pretty much tell by the look of the body that it's it's not really, it doesn't really look like a jazz bass body, but I don't know, it plays really good though. The finish on it is just really super nice looking. I lowered the action on it, and I had to do a little bit of work with the I had to take a wrench and get in there to mess with the truss rod. And but as soon as I did that, and then I also lowered the saddles on the bridge, I got the action on it just really nice, and it plays really good. So I have no complaints about it. I also, the pick guard, it was a white pick guard, but I was going to, I decided to buy a Precision Bass pickup, a tortoiseshell, like a red tortoiseshell looking pick guard, and it didn't fit because of the fact that since it's not an actual Precision Bass, the pick guard that came here, it just was kind of, I don't know, they made it to fit the odd shape of the body. So the Precision Bass pick guard that I got just did not fit. So I just went ahead. I painted the pick guard like a dark a red mahogany color. So I liked it better than just a white pick guard. And I also did that. I painted the pick guard for my jazz bass copy guitar. It was a white, and I went ahead, I decided to paint it black. So anyway, moving on to my next bass, and I'm going to, if I can get it in here, I'm going to have to take it out because I've got it kind of hidden back here. And normally I would not have even thought about getting this kind of a bass, but it's the Dan Electro Longhorn. And I was looking around. This has been, I don't know, I've had this guitar for probably 15 years or so. You know, it's got your traditional lipstick pickups with it, you know, and I bought this bass because I was having shoulder problems. You know, when you're hanging a guitar on around your neck for, you know, as long as I have, like 30, 40 years, my shoulder was starting to hurt. And I was trying to figure out, like, something like a lighter weight bass that wouldn't, you know, hurt my shoulders much. So that's why I bought this bass. Other thing, though, about it, I didn't like about it a lot was the tuning pegs. I got rid of it had these little teeny white tuning pegs that just are not very good for tuning a bass. So I just got really sick and tired of those and decided to buy some bigger, fatter tuning pegs for it. And I'm happy I did, because it's a lot easier to tune. I use this bass off and on for recording purposes, and it works really well. I've got my, it's a Samick bass, fretless bass. I didn't pay anything for this. A guy that is on a talk bass forum, I had talked about some problems I was having with my fretless bass. And he noticed the fact that I owned a fretless bass already. He messaged me to tell me that his wife told him he had to cut down on the amount of bass guitars he had, because I guess he just had too many. And he asked me if I wanted to have one of his guitars, and I said sure. And so he just went ahead and sent me this guitar free of charge. I didn't pay a dime for it. The only thing I did, I had to sink some money into, because I put some new pickups in it. I took some pickups out of an old bass I had, and I put them in here, and I guess I didn't know how to wire them right, because these pickups are active pickups. So I had to, I sunk like about $30 into this guitar to have the pickups rewired, and other than that, I have not paid a dime for this. I really like the bass because I just like the idea of having a fretless bass. You know, I told you about my other guitar that was a fretless, and I decided to change it to a fretted bass. But I just want to keep a fretless bass around just for screwing around with, you know, to have fun with it. So this is my last bass that I have. I have another bass. It's a quart bass, but I've got it all torn up. I've cannibalized the parts on it, so I just don't even consider it worth showing. But anyway, these are my bass guitars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, you know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to. And we'll catch you on the next time around. This is the Sound Guy for you, signing off.